Not to be cocky or anything, but it's so easy. So I actually look to create.
Although NBA players are madly talented on the court, they're not so bright when it comes to the real stuff. From one NBA player believing that the earth is flat, to another saying humans used to be 100 feet tall. Here is a list of the dumbest things NBA players have ever said. Paul Pierce. There's no better way to start our list than with someone who pooped his pants mid-NBA game. Yes, we're talking about Paul Pierce. However, since the poop incident, Pierce has retired from the NBA and become an analyst on ESPN. But with this new job, you would think there wasn't any way he could do something more stupid than pooping himself mid-game. But of course, he did manage to do just that. Back in 2017, Joel Embiid had just put up 23 points and 11 rebounds on the board during a game even though he played 10 minutes less than he usually does. Of course, Pierce felt the need to weigh in on the situation, saying probably the dumbest thing anyone has ever said in NBA history. Pierce said, "We're just getting a taste of him." I'm like, I'm tired of getting a taste of him. I want the whole load. Paul? You want a taste of whose load exactly? Jordan Clarkson. You might think nothing could get dumber than wanting a taste of Embiid's load. When Jordan Clarkson got the chance to be on a podcast, what he said was not only stupid, but also concerning. Back in 2018, when Jordan Clarkson and Larry Nance Jr. were teammates together, they decided to hop on the podcast trend together and do one. And that's when things took a weird turn. Clarkson decided it was a good time to start voicing his opinion on some pretty crazy conspiracy theories. He even went as far as to say that mermaids were real and that dinosaurs were living under the ocean. We think that should have been the moment his mic was muted, but it wasn't, and that's when we got hit with the dumbest thing ever said. "I don't believe in dinosaurs either." "Well, no, I actually do," Clarkson said. "I believe that..." Alright, this is going to get a little crazy, alright? I'm going to take y'all a little left on this one. Alright, so y'all know how we got dogs and stuff, right? So I think there was bigger people on the world before us. And like the dinosaurs, was they pets? Wait, what? There goes all the science out the window. And when asked how big these people keeping dinosaurs as pets were, Clarkson replied with, "Oh, you look at a dinosaur, they gotta be 3 times bigger than them." Oh, Jordan, we're sure you're right about 100-foot tall people walking the earth with dinosaurs as pets. Ron Artest. Even though Jordan Clarkson belongs in the history field rather than the NBA, since he knows more stuff than we do, he's clearly not the only one. Ron Artest changed his name to Meta World Peace, and to this day, none of us are quite sure why he made the change. Well, that's why Ron, or Meta, or whatever we're supposed to call him now, decided to clear up some things while talking to reporters, and that's when we got the most intellectual things we've ever heard. When asked a question about why some of the rookie players called him Meta, while the veterans referred to him as Ron, he had the most logically sound and completely relevant answer to them. "Well, I'm most happy that Jesus Christ did not let me lose my teeth when I was 20 years old. Because I was wondering, what if you kept your baby teeth until the age of 18 or 20 and then you lose them? That would look pretty bad. So I just think he's really brilliant that you lose your teeth when you're a baby rather than lose it when you're 20 or 30. Wow, we're actually speechless. Kudos to the reporter who kept agreeing with him just so they could catch this moment on record. Michael Beasley. Now, when it comes to saying dumb things, one NBA player that has always been a prime example of never saying things you're thinking is Michael Beasley. Shortly after signing with the Knicks in 2017, he did an introductory press conference after he put up a whopping 9.4 points and 3.4 rebounds the past year. He was asked about the team, his opinions on the year, and most importantly, himself. This is what he said. "I still think I have a chance to be one of the best in the NBA. Like your favorite player, I'm your favorite player's favorite player. And it's not enough for me, for him to know that. No, I want the world to know. Every time we see this guy, it always looks like he's on a different planet. Oh, what we wouldn't give to be there with him. The air must be really good there to make his mind think like that. Sign us up. We want whatever he's having." Of course, Beasley got clowned pretty hard because of his statement. Not only that, but the Knicks, who had already been doing pretty bad in the NBA, became the worst team after he signed there. But Beasley wasn't done. Just a week later, he said something crazier than the last time. While being interviewed on Sportsnet New York, he decided to drop a knowledge bomb on us instead of talking about how excited he was for the Knicks or plans he had for the upcoming season. He said, "We are only capable of using 10% of our brain." Right? You believe that? So who was the guy that used 11 that made it okay to say everybody is just using 10? When the interview told him that wasn't the right logic, Beasley argued that if you were using 10% of your brain, you would not know that you were actually using 10% of your brain. We guess that's sound logic and reasoning coming from someone intellectual enough to wear a watch on his leg. Patrick Beverley. But speaking of players that constantly say stuff that turns them into memes, nothing, and when we say nothing, we mean actually nothing can compare to Patrick Beverley saying that he's better than LeBron James. Back in 2020, Beverley decided not to let an opportunity to prove to the world that he's better than LeBron James pass. When the Lakers came face-to-face with the Clippers in the Battle of LA, the Lakers ended up defeating the Clippers 112-103. So when Beverley was asked after the game about LeBron and his performance on the court, he made sure to make headlines with this dumb comment. As the interviewer asked him what the challenge was in stopping LeBron, he kept repeating, "No challenge." And when he got asked how it was like as a defender, he simply just said, "Not hard at all." Sir, if that was the case, then how did LeBron manage to drop 29 points, 9 assists, and 8 rebounds on you while you scored 2 points? Yes, 2. Well, you would expect a player that bad to be that dumb. It's only science. Stephen Curry. But dumb stuff coming from someone who was a superstar of the court and the face of an entire team? We did not see that one coming. Back in 2018, Stephen Curry decided to voice his opinion on a very controversial conspiracy theory, and we're not sure he knew exactly what he was talking about. While discussing life outside of basketball and other things in a Winging It podcast episode, Steph somehow drifted the topic of conversation to NASA's moon landing, where he revealed that he doesn't think Americans have actually been on the moon. Steph? Are you in there? It's 2021. If you paid enough, we're sure even you could go shoot some hoops on the moon. Of course, this moment instantly started going viral on Twitter, and even NASA saw the clip and invited Steph to a tour of one of its lunar labs. However, clarifying his stance later, Steph said he had obviously been joking on the podcast, and he never expected everyone to just take that quote and call him the fake moon landing truther, but he definitely is going to take NASA up on their offer. Kyrie Irving. Are we even surprised this dude is on our list? How could he not be? He actually said he thinks the earth is flat and that everyone is lying to us to our faces about it. Of course, this caused major uproar with school teachers actually complaining that Irving's comments had their students convinced that the earth was flat. So much so that Jimmy Kimmel even invited Irving on his show to clear the air. However, even after he was given the chance to take his statement back, Irving actually said he was intellectually stable and that he had just been thinking about the world and conspiracies when he said that. Yeah, Kyrie, you're definitely intellectually stable. And that's a wrap on the dumbest things NBA players ever said. What do you think about the relevant question to the video? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.